Hi Pisces, welcome to your May read. Let's see what the cards have to say for you for what's coming up. I've shuffled all my decks, so I'm going to start with a couple of oracle cards. Firstly, from the Enchanted Forest, we have mushrooms. Beautiful. Practice mindfulness to find peace in the midst of chaos. Yeah, I think we all need a little bit of that. A lot of chaos going on for people at the moment. Mindfulness can help. And from our Spirit Animals Oracle, we have, Protector with the white stag. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Wow. That's really, really beautiful. That beautiful stag. There's a lot of messages coming through this month for all different signs about our intuition and how valuable it is and how important it is. And I've been saying a few times with all of my reads, what I'm feeling for May is that, the first part of the year, it seemed a little bit intense. We're just sort of like now starting to come back to our authentic selves. We're sort of becoming more ourselves again and connecting more with our intuitive side. So hopefully that's what's coming out for you as well, Pisces. Okay, I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread using the Rider-Waite Tarot. I've already shuffled, but I'm just getting the Pisces energy into the cards. Using the Rider-Waite Tarot for the main spread, and then I'll be using the Wild Reflections Tarot for clarifiers. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, heart of the spread. Ooh, some grief process. We've got the Three of Swords crossed by the Nine of Wands. Pisces, what have you been going through? Okay, Two of Cups, temperance in your recent past. That's great. Oh, wow. High Priestess in your crown. That's perfect. I think that showed up in your end of April read as well. So exactly what you need. The Strength card in your near future. Wow, the World card. Excellent. Page of Wands. Five of Pentacles has been showing up in almost every read for this month. It's really crazy. And in your final outcome, the Seven of Swords. I'm going to have to pull some clarifiers on that for sure. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. So this energy is also influencing the read along with those oracle cards. This is some swift new direction, new information coming in that's possibly going to set you on a new path. Really like that energy. Things are starting to move again. That's what I'm really feeling for May. We're starting to finally pick up a bit of pace and the momentum is starting to grow. But yeah, I really need to look at what's going on in the heart of your spread, Pisces. Something's going on at a deep level there. Start with the Temperance card in your recent past. This is great. I love that you have this because this temperance wouldn't have shown up in this position if it wasn't influencing the rest of the read. So this is about finding, I feel like you've been finding your balance in your life, with your emotions, with your energy. This is integrating the unconscious with the conscious, the unmanifest becoming manifest. You also have an angel watching out for you. And I'm feeling a sense of, it's like maintaining your balance to allow the flow. This is like being on a raft on a moving river, maybe swift, maybe slow, but you're just maintaining your balance on this raft and you're making progress through whatever you're traveling through. You're allowing this flow, and with that Eight of Wands, that is starting to pick up the pace a bit now. The Temperance is also really going to help you with whatever this grief is that you're processing. Like I said, this is feeling like something very, very deep. I'm also getting the sense that it's quite old, that there's something that's been around for a long time that's been buried quite deep, and it's starting to kind of manifest in your world a bit now, and you're really needing to process it. For some of you, this may be more recent, but whatever it is, it's really kind of struck home for you. And look, with the swords piercing the heart, this is the thoughts going into the heart. So part of it is about taking that time to really access that grief, access what's going on in your heart so you can process and let it go. The other part is that something may be going on in your world that's stirring up your thoughts, and it's triggering those old wounds that are in your heart. So whatever is happening in your world, if there's something that's creating anxiety or stress or grief that feels a little inexplicable, a little disconnected from what is actually happening, try and take some time out, find that balance so you can go within, especially with that High Priestess energy, go within. You're a Pisces, you can do this. And just see what might be under the surface that is needing to be released and let go. Remember, this practice mindfulness to find peace in the midst of chaos. This isn't just about the chaos that's around you. This can be a bit of chaos that's going on in your thoughts, in your energy. There may be a bit of illness coming to the surface that's actually your body processing this old grief as it's trying to be expelled. So just really do practice mindfulness with this heart. That's exactly what this is mindfulness, going into the heart space. You are an old soul though, and use your intuition to take you where you want to go and awaken to the powerful force within you. You can do this. You've got such a power, Pisces. You've got a real intuitive power, psychic power. You know who you are. You know what your heart is telling you. So if something is starting to get stirred up, instead of sort of reacting blindly, try to maintain that balance and just go within to try and process it. The 9 of Wands in your challenge position is saying to me that you're probably not taking enough time out. You're probably trying to just push through this, maybe not going deep enough to figure out exactly what it is that's being stirred up. And like I said, some of you might actually be getting a bit sick. That tends to happen when deeply held emotions are not allowed to be processed or come to the surface. They kind of come out through various illnesses. You do have this supportive energy of that 8 of Wands again, and with that angel watching over you. So I feel like things are going to start moving again, and there's a clearing energy with that 8 of Wands. Like, it's moving so swiftly. I feel like there is going to be a clearing in your energy as well. So I'm not too worried about it, but I would just say try to give yourself time. If you're feeling run down, if you're feeling overworked, if you're feeling anxious or stressed, try and acknowledge it and make space for yourself to do the things that you love, to just take time out from your crazy world, your crazy life. Give yourself some space from social media, from the news, whatever you can, just to kind of support yourself in a really caring, gentle way. You've got, as I said, the High Priestess in the crown of your reed. So awesome. This is such a Piscean card. This is very, very you, very intuitive. As I said, I'm feeling this with all of the signs. You're really coming back to who you truly are. You're coming back to yourself. You're finding that intuitive energy. And I feel like when you know this, you're starting to trust that intuition again. And when you start integrating this a little bit more, finding that balance, you will be able to move through that 3 of Swords energy. Just again, give yourself the space and time. This is hanging over you. This High Priestess energy it's like an umbrella. It's supporting you, just like the angel wings. They're surrounding you. You have a lot of support to actually process this grief that needs to happen so you can move forward. You just need to give yourself the space to do so. I love that you've got the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the spread. This is kind of what's below the surface. I feel like your heart is starting to stir again. It's like waking up and you're finding that you actually really want a connection with people, with someone around you, with something that really lights up your heart. But even more, this is an integration. This 2 of Cups has been coming in a lot as well. This is about 2 becoming 1. It's also about you really integrating all the pieces of yourself and becoming, again, your more authentic self. You're becoming the you that you always were, but somehow got a bit lost in the chaos over the last few months. So again, once you have that time to take a little bit of time for yourself, make the space to take time for yourself, that 2 of Cups energy will be able to come to the surface a little bit more. So it's still under the surface at the moment, but yeah, it's there, it's bubbling, and your heart is starting to open, and it is starting to heal. That is what I'm feeling. You're starting to heal from this 3 of Swords energy. It might take a bit of time. There's this 9 of Wands in this position can also indicate a little bit of a delay, just things going a little bit slow. But with that Eight of Wands, I feel like there's going to be a rush of energy at some point, and this is going to really, really open your heart. And I mean, incredible, you've got the Strength card in your near future position. This is like victory and power. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. You're discovering that inner strength, that power that is usually quite a gentle power in Pisces, but it can be underestimated because Pisces can be incredibly energetically and spiritually powerful. And you coming back into alignment with that High Priestess energy, coming back to that higher self, that true self that is you, this strength is really starting to show. It's really coming to the forefront. So that's going to obviously be supporting you as you process this. But once you move through this, this strength is just going to be neon lights shining for everyone to see. You're really going to stand in your power. This is also about mastering the ego. This woman is opening the jaws of the lion, preventing it from biting. This is that higher self becoming the dominant power in your world. So instead of living in this sort of lower energy ruled by the unconscious, remember I said this is the unconscious becoming conscious. So instead of those unconscious patterns being the rulers of your life, what's coming out now as you find this balance and process this grief and give yourself that space, this energy sweeping in, you're now going to be completely in charge of what's going on at that unconscious level because you're all over it. You know what's underneath the surface now, and you're allowing it to come and into your world and manifest in your world, and you're the one that's driving this train. This is very, very cool. You have the World in your advice position. What a massive card in your advice position. This is quite a big read. It's probably bigger than I first noticed, especially with that World card there. This is about embracing the ending of cycles and the beginning of something new in this position. I mean, it's suggesting that something is coming in and that you just need to be open to it. This is such a big card. I mean, this is the final card of the tarot deck, not just the major arcana, but the whole tarot. And this is very much about out with the old and in with the new, but in a really big way. This is quite a big deal for you. So I'm not seeing anything that's suggesting this is coming out of the blue. All of this is telling me that you're actually on this journey with full awareness with that High Priestess up there, and especially with that Strength card. Once you process this grief, this shift is going to move quite quickly. That's why, again, you've got that Eight of Wands. So just be open to the changes. Be aware of resistance within you, which can be a little bit of that Nine of Wands energy. And give yourself the space and some time in your world, in your busy days, to feel this shift that's happening. It's very, very exciting. Page of Wands in your external factors. Someone's possibly going to be coming in to, it's connected with this Eight of Wands, maybe sending you off in a new direction. You might be planning a trip or starting a new hobby. There's something that's sort of in the early stages it's sort of a new adventure. It's taking action in a new direction, but it's early stages, and there's a very youthful vibrancy about this. I almost feel like there's people around you that are getting really excited for you and with you, and this Strength card right alongside it. It's like you're recognizing where you're going next, and it's building your confidence and building that strength, and there's quite a degree of excitement about this. With the Five of Pentacles in your hopes and fears position, this card has come up so much, and what I get from it and what I've been getting from it for every sign is poverty mindset. And in your hopes and fears position, you're obviously afraid that you're going to end up like this, because so many people are in a position of fear. There's a lot of fear and anxiety and stress at the moment with finances. The whole world has been sort of thrown into chaos financially. Well, I mean, obviously it's not everyone, but there is still a big collective that are holding a space of mental and emotional anxiety and fear around their finances and around their security and their stability in the world. This showing up in your hopes and fears is just telling me that you're picking up on this energy, and being a very psychic, that high priestess, being a very psychic Pisces, very intuitive, connected, emotionally empathic Pisces, you're picking up on this energy. And all I can say is the cards are telling me that things are going to be fine. We're going to have a look at that Seven of Swords, but just be aware that that is playing in the background. It's not, but this is just the hopes and fears. This is not actually something that's manifesting. I'm not seeing this manifesting anywhere in this read. This is just something that you're picking up on, and it's stirring up your energy, and you're starting to sort of feel a little bit of that poverty mindset, or that feeling left out in the cold energy. The thing with the Five of Pentacles, the message, just so you're aware of it, the Five of Pentacles, they're on a stained glass window. It's essentially, this card is saying, if you want support and comfort and security and guidance, go within. They can go inside that church and get all the support and help that they need. They can be warm and safe, and help is waiting for them inside. So for you, being Pisces, obviously you know this, especially with that high priestess energy, you can always go within. If you're feeling that anxiety, go within, connect in with that heart, because whatever this is, it's probably stirring up this Three of Swords energy. It's probably this poverty mindset or this anxiety, whatever's happening around you, is probably what these swords are that are piercing your heart and stirring up those old traumas, those old wounds, those old patterns. That's what you need to process so you can stay open and move forward. I really want to look at this Seven of Swords. I'm not going to read too much into it immediately while it's on its own until I pull some clarifiers. But there's a sense, it can be a little bit of deceit around you. There can be something that's a little bit sneaky. This can also be about avoiding conflict. And it's kind of a clever, and it is a sneaky way of doing it. Like, instead of confronting someone about some issue that's going on, this he's outright stealing those swords, and he's out in broad daylight. So he's taking away their means to fight, and he's sneaking off with them. And he kind of wants to be caught. So whatever this is, part of this can be that if you're trying to get away with something that is maybe not in alignment with everyone else's idea of best practice. And those swords, they can be swords of truth, so that it might be a particular idea. And if you're trying to sneakily get away with something, this is kind of a warning saying, you might get caught, because this is right out in the open. But we are going to pull on that. So I'm just going to grab the Wild Reflections Tarot. Before I get to that Seven of Swords, I'm going to pull on the Three of Swords and the Nine of Wands together. Let's see if I can get any more information for you on that one. Ooh, wow. We've got two tens. The Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. This is very much like this World card. This is very much an ending and a new beginning. This is the death of the ego, that Ten of Swords. The Ten of Wands, this is the end of the harvest. You're finally about to release the burdens, which is that's typically the phrase that we say with the Rider-Waite Tarot. But in this case, it's you're reaching the end of your hard work, and you're going to start being able to reap the rewards of all of that hard labor. And the Ten of Swords is, this is a massive change. So whatever's happening in here, like I said, with that World card, I was picking this up. This is quite a big change, quite a big shift that you're going through. And whatever you're processing with that Three of Swords, it's bringing about the ending of this cycle. Just like I said with this World card, this is the ending of a major cycle. The tens are very much the end of a cycle and the starting of something new. And the death of the ego with that Ten of Swords is quite profound. When the ego dies, it creates a space for a higher version of you to come in, which is, again, everything that I was saying with the rest of those cards, that High Priestess, that Two of Cups, and now you have the Four of Swords. This is paired beautifully with that Nine of Wands. This is exactly what I was saying. Take time out to rest, to contemplate, to go within, to just recuperate. Find something. If you like hanging out in a boat on a lake, if you find that really peaceful, go do that. Do something that allows you to really connect in with your heart space, to tap into your higher energies, to your spirit guides, your angels. Talk to whoever it is that you connect with at that spiritual level, or just go within, go into your heart space, connect with your animals, your pets, if they provide you with that deep sense of comfort and security. By doing so, your energy is going to soften, and this heart space, your heart's going to be able to open, and you're going to be able to move forward with much more ease. You've got the strength and power to do this. And I'm going to keep shuffling, but I just want you to know that you do have the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck here. This is a huge card. This is, again, new cycles, a rebirth. This is the dead coming back to life again, which is exactly what I've been saying. It's like you're coming back to yourself, the dead coming back to life. It's kind of that Ten of Swords in a much bigger way. It's the dead body rising to a spiritual being. It's quite a profound shift. So yeah, really let yourself have that time and that space. You really do need to process all of this energy and all of these emotions that are going on within you. I'm going to pull on the World card. I'd like to see if there's any more information that we can gather. Obviously, it's a big deal because of that Ten of Swords, but I'd just like to see if there's anything else I can share with that advice position. Oh, King of Cups. Interesting. What I'm getting with that King of Cups is it's very much again about trusting your heart, opening your heart, and putting the call out if you need some help. There are people around you that are going to support you, but the King of Cups is very emotionally stable. There's a lot of balance with that Temperance card there again. He's got a lot of emotional stability. There's a lot of joy in this particular King of Cups as well, and he is putting the call out. He's blowing in that conch shell, calling across the ocean, calling people to him, calling the love towards him. So if you need that help, call out. Someone will be there for you. 100% you've got that support around you. You've also got in this White Stag, your best friend is nature. So connect in with nature. Feel that space in your heart as you really integrate the natural world around you in some way, however that works for you. Even if it just means lying on your bed looking at your window at the clouds, that can be a really profoundly deep personal connection that you make with nature, and it can really open your heart up. So that's what this is all about. You've also got the Fool. This jumped out. This is a brand new adventure, very much part of this World card. This is saying embrace the new adventure. This Eight of Wands is coming in, sweeping you off on a new adventure. This is again just saying be open, take a few risks. Normally I would say with the Fool card be careful of risk taking, but this time I'm really getting take a few risks with your journey, with your heart. Don't be obviously careless or reckless, but I am getting the words, take a few risks, just small ones. Just open your heart up, see if something shifts within you. And when I say take risks, I'm not saying, go and buy $10,000 worth of crypto. This is more about an emotional risk. Just let your heart, and they can be small risks. Just open your heart up a little bit, see what's waiting for you, and really embrace this shift and this change. Now, in these other two cards that popped out, we have the Five of Swords, which is interesting with that Seven of Swords, and the Six of Cups. You've got so many Cups cards. This is a very emotional, heart-connected reading. And what I'm feeling is this Five of Swords, what I'm getting, interestingly, with this Five of Swords is don't shoot yourself in the foot. I'm not quite sure why I'm getting that, but for some reason there's someone out there that needs to hear that. It's like because these two came out together, there may be some connection. This is quite a soulmates card, that long lost love or reconnection with something you loved as a child, or that innocent joy that you either had as a child or never really got to experience but wanted as a child. And then with that coming out with that Five of Swords, it's like, I think that's why this Fool card came out, about taking a risk. This is almost feeling like if you're too stubborn, if you're going to sort of fight yourself and be cold and logical, you're kind of going to shoot yourself in the foot and miss out on this beautiful connection that wants to come in. So this World card is saying it's time to change things up. Instead of being defensive and trying to act all cold and aloof and proud and stoic, there can be Pisces out there that are like that. But if that's a pattern for you, this is saying be open with that King of Cups, take a couple of risks and allow a connection to be made, because I feel like him in the middle of these beautiful cards is just saying you're kind of the only one that's going to lose out here. You're kind of the one in the background there. You're him and you're him. You're the two of them. If you choose to not move, like not connect with your heart, if you choose to be cold and logical, the swords can be quite cold, you're going to lose a friendship, you're going to lose a connection, and you're going to lose out on love, lose out on an adventure, a brand new adventure, and the ending of a cycle. And I don't actually feel like you are going to decide not to take this step, on this new adventure, because there are far more cards that are pushing you forward and showing me that this adventure is waiting for you than there are cards that suggest that you might be a little bit too afraid to do so. But just know that is there, that possibility is there, that you may be too afraid to take the step, and then you're going to miss out and you're going to be disappointed. So just try and be a little bit braver with your heart, with your energy. Let's have a look at this Seven of Swords in your outcome. All right, interesting. These two jumped out together, the Justice card and the Six of Wands. That's really interesting. There's a victory, there's finding balance, which is very much reflecting this Temperance card right at the beginning in your recent past. I'm just going to pull one more. I'm getting an interesting story from this, actually. It's like there's something that's been going on and you've been trying to resolve it. And this little sneaky move that you might be making, it's kind of out in the open, but it is a little bit sneaky. This is saying to me that justice is going to be served and you're going to come out victorious. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're trying to resolve some conflict, you're trying to de-escalate a situation in a way that brings the best outcome for everybody, because nobody wins in a sword fight. Everyone's going to get injured in some way. And this is saying that justice is going to be served, things are going to balance out, and you are going to be victorious, and people are going to actually recognize that you've done a good thing here. These two also wanted to come out. Okay, firstly, I need to show you got the Nine of Wands again. Whenever you get a card repeated, it's really important to pay attention to it. This is the second time you had it in a challenge position. Now it's at the bottom of the deck. This is a very important card for you, Pisces, for May. This is very much saying you need to take time out to rest. Don't let yourself get so worn down that you fall apart. Take the time out to rest when you need it, so that you're fully recharged by the time you need to go back into the fray. Sorry, let's go back to this outcome card. We've got the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. This is a really, really interesting story. So yes, something sneaky. This is really interesting, this little story that I'm picking up. There's some little sneaky action that you're taking that is actually going to benefit more than just you. It's really interesting that it came out with this particular card, because it actually doesn't feel like it's a negative thing. What this is saying is that what you're doing is going to benefit everyone with that Justice card. There's a balance here. I'm really feeling this is not just justice for you. This is resolving the whole situation. You're going to be victorious. And this Three of Pentacles is saying that whoever is involved with this, there's going to be kind of a really nice connection made. This is like working together to resolve this and having a really good time about it. There's like an unexpected friendship is formed, is what I'm feeling. And this is just a really happy card. I mean, they've got a combi, they're in their board shorts, they're going to go for a swim at the beach. It's just a really happy, peaceful, friendly card. But it's a connection that's coming out of this situation where instead of fighting, which could have been something that the Five of Swords was, or the Five of Wands, with this Seven of Swords, you're actually shifting the situation so that no fighting actually needs to take place. And this Queen of Swords, it's like this is kind of this unusual Piscean energy that I'm picking up here of you kind of seeing this without really knowing what you're seeing, or like knowing the steps that you need to take without really knowing why that's the way you need to do things. It's probably a little uncomfortable for you that you're being a little bit sneaky, but for whatever reason, that feels like the right thing to do with this Queen of Swords. You somehow intuitively know that this is the way forward. And it seems like you're absolutely right, because everything's actually going to be really good. So whatever this situation is, you don't need to worry about it. And funnily enough, I feel like this is almost unconnected to all of the other stuff that's going on. It's almost like a secondary story that's been playing out through May that gets resolved at some point during this process while you're dealing with this more internal work. So that's really great. I'm really, really happy for you. It looks all very, very positive. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 final cards just as a final message for you for May, Pisces. You've got the King of Pentacles. Nice. Abundance, wealth, wow. 10 of Wands again, another repeat card. You are nearly at the end of this journey. You're about to release your burdens. This guy's, he can't see where he's going. He's carrying these burdens and he's powering forward. He's not looking behind, he's just powering forward. And his home is so, so close. Even though he can't see it, he's determined to get there, and he's just about to release his burdens. I'm so happy for you. This feels like that energetic shift that's taking place with that 3 of Swords in the center there and that 9 of Wands. It's like you're almost there. Having that 10 of Wands coming after those 2 9 of Wands, yeah, you're almost there. You're almost there. And that King of Pentacles, there's a sense of security and abundance and comfort that's coming with this release of these burdens. You're going to be in a much better place once you've processed all of this. He feels really secure and stable. It's very much that white stag energy. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Wow, the Chariot. I love that. Plus you've got the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Independence, security, comfort. This is really, really auspicious. I love this. So this Chariot, you're steering your own path. Once these burdens have been released, this is right in the center. Once these burdens are released, not only are you going to have comfort, security, and a degree of contentedness and satisfaction with the way your life is sitting, you're also going to start taking charge and powering forward. You know, with this white stag, you're awaken to the powerful force within you. You're meant to create blessings with your magic. You're going to start steering the path of your life, steering your own destiny, and driving forward. He's quite a stationary character, the King of Pentacles, because he has everything he needs around him. He's comfortable and content. So you're going to have that side of you, and then you're going to have this activated energy with that 8 of Wands driving you. It's like things are going to get exciting within you. You're going to have that 2 of Cups energy opening your heart, and you're going to actually want to start moving forward. Once you've got that security, comfort, you've released all your burdens, you're going to start taking action with your life and bringing in some amazing changes and wonderful things. This is a really exciting read, Pisces. I hope you have a fabulous May.